Hey guys, welcome to another challenge in Assetto Corsa. This time we'll be driving around Vallelunga with the BMW M4 with the Akrapovic exhaust system. The car itself was really nice to drive. It was really consistent and was easy to achieve bronze and silver time. It was a bit more tricky to get gold, but it wasn't that hard really. The main thing I found with this car was just how consistent I could be. I was getting around the sort of 152s very consistently, but it was just not quite going under the 152 to get that gold achievement. As with all my driving on Assetto Corsa, I didn't enable any assists. However, I do allow factory fitted assists, which actually is a good point really, in that it's a common mistake when people want to learn to drive with no assists. They think they should switch off the factory assists, which isn't the case, and often with a race car, for example, the assists that are built into that car are almost a necessity. So take GT3 cars. You can't just switch off the TC and expect to go fast in it. That car is built to allow traction control, and not only allow, it's built with traction control in mind. It's in the regulations of that sport, so it's allowed. Now this car is a street car, so therefore ABS and traction controls come as standard, and switching those off, although you can set a good time, it's not as pleasant to drive. You really do have to be very controlled with your inputs, and I don't know if you'll easily get the time with them off, but you don't want to lean on them too much either. So you can't just go and smash the brake pedal and go and rely on the ABS. It's not the quickest way to drive. You can't just hammer on the accelerator and lean on the traction control too heavily, because again, it's not the quickest way to drive. This is a street car, so the ABS and the traction control isn't for speed, it's for safety. And if we lean on it too much, we'll find that we're going under and over the limit too often, which just isn't the quickest way. The quickest way around the track is to be on the limit all of the time, which is very difficult, as we all know. So you still need to work on that throttle input and the brake input, and making sure you're trailing off on the brakes as well going into the corner, but leave the assist on this car. The Akrapovic exhaust gives it a really nice sound, and you'll probably hear in the background as I'm doing this intro like little pops and the raspiness of the exhaust. In fact, I'll shut up for a little bit so you can have a listen. It's obviously not just the nice sounds from the exhaust either. The Akrapovic exhaust system gives the M4 a performance boost and a weight reduction as well. The one thing I did find with this car almost immediately when driving it was how heavy it was. So take that into account when you are going into your braking zones. So with that said and done, let's get into the Hotlap. So here we go then on the Hotlap. I'm going to try not to say it's important to get a good exit on the last corner, but I've just said it. Using all of the width coming out to the corner, getting a good run down the main straight. It's a left, right, left, flat out to the first left, into the right hand corner, just scrubbing the speed off and dropping down a gear. Accelerate hard out to the corner, using all of the width of the track The next left hand corner is a nothing corner, just flat out and just get the line right to the next hairpin. It's a heavy car, so we're braking well before the marshal's post. It's a double apex right hand corner, taking an early apex and a late apex. I was a bit too tight to that corner, so I lost a little bit of speed on the exit into an easy flat out left. Starting to look ahead for our braking points to the right hand hairpin. The lights on the left hand side is our first reference. Braking at about 120 metres. I prefer the late apex in this corner with this car. Use the speed, scrub it down, get a nice exit out of the corner. Use all the width of the track on the exit. Then drive a diagonal line to the right hand side of the track. Get the car straightened up and brake at 100 metre broad. Clip the apex on the exit to the corner and use all of the width of the track on your exit. The car wants to oversteer through this left hand corner, so just be delicate with the steering wheel and use all of the exit again. You can't use the full width of the track for this next right hand corner, but get it out as wide as you can. I prefer a late apex, get a good exit from the corner, use the width of the track to the left and then cut to the right hand side of the track. Use the edge of the curbing on the left hand side as your braking point. The late apex, kiss the inside sausage curb. Using the AstroTurf on your exit here, braking at the start of the curbing and get it down into second. Kiss the sausage curb on the left, keep it to the left hand side of this right hand corner, kiss the sausage curb on the entry. I clattered the curb, made the car unbalanced on the exit, lost a little bit of time. Braking at the 50 metre marker board, get it down into third, stay tight to the inside of the corner until you see the exit. Start to reduce your steering angle and use the full width of the track on the exit. This is a hot lap, so keep the car straight to the main straight, not to scrub any speed. And that's it, the gold achievement again. So 151.755. So what I did with my telemetry on this one is I loaded up my fastest lap, which was the one you've just seen, against the one that was the previous best. And I just wanted to check where I was faster, which is a bit of a reverse way of doing it, but it's kind of handy to see. So looking at the data here, it was segment 5 which I lost the most time on my previous lap compared to the fastest lap. So I'll do a bit of analysis into that. What happened there basically is that I've run wide, but we'll have a look at it in detail. So as you can see from the racing line, I've gone deep into the corner and lost a lot of time, which is strange because I broke earlier. So why have I lost the time? You can see my focus zone is all on the corner exit, so that's where I'm losing time. So let's have a look at my braking. On my fastest lap I'm out to the right hand side and braking in a straight line. So here you can see that I broke slightly earlier, but I didn't get the full pressure. I only achieved 60% of my brake pressure, so the car speed isn't scrubbing off as quick. See with this car as well that when I change gear that it automatically flips the accelerator. That's not something I've done. In effect it's doing heel and toe without me having to do it. At the curb on the right hand side I'm starting to release the brake on my fastest lap, but I've been all over the place in my slower lap. On both laps I get back on the brakes because I'm carrying too much speed. In the perfect world both laps would have a smooth curve downwards from maximum braking. You can see here from the graphic above that I've managed to get a better rotation on the steering wheel on my fastest lap because I've obviously felt a better grip. So it's quite obvious from my slower lap I didn't get the brake on hard enough initially. Then when I've increased it I've only got it up to 80%, and that's why I've not got the speed scrubbed off, which is why I run wide. Both laps, if I had stayed on the brakes for longer and not come off and reapplied, then they both would have been slightly faster. And it's a common mistake to make, to come off the brakes too early or to apply the throttle too early and have to come back off the accelerator or go back on the brake. So looking at my racing line now, you can see that the exit I've got out to the corner is really poor. You can see I completely missed the apex and that's why I've lost that time. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you liked the video. Tell me if you didn't, what it is you want me to change. Cheers, have a good day.